If you've just picked up the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, there's 10 important settings you need to change right away. And the first one has to do with your resolution, frame rate, and aspect ratio. So if you just swipe up from the home screen, that's where you can select your resolution. You can select either 1080p, 2.7K, or 4K if you're shooting in the 16:9 aspect ratio, which is standard widescreen format. If you change your aspect ratio to 1:1, you can shoot in 1080p, 2160p, or 3K resolution. So there's some different resolution options there. Typically, you'll want to shoot in the 16:9 aspect ratio for horizontal or vertical shooting. And I would shoot at 24 or 30 frames per second if you're shooting talking head style videos like this one. Or if you're shooting slow motion video, you can shoot in 4K at 60 frames per second. The next setting you want to change is to enable Pro mode in the camera. So if you just swipe in from the right side of the camera, there's a little icon right there called Pro, and you can just click that button and that'll enable Pro mode, which will unlock the ability to access some more of the Pro features that this camera has to offer. With Pro mode enabled, now we can adjust our next setting, which is white balance. So if you swipe in from the right side of the screen as well, you'll see WB, that's your white balance icon. If you click into white balance, you can see that there's auto white balance, which actually works pretty well in a lot of situations, but sometimes it's nice to set your white balance manually if you're in an environment that's not changing so much. So right now I'm in a studio environment and I'm using 5600 Kelvin temperature daylight temperature lights. So these daylight temperature lights match the lighting outside. So I can change my white balance to manual white balance and then select 5600 Kelvin. And that's going to give me proper white balance for my camera. If you're in a more warmly lit situation like overhead tungsten lighting in an interior home, you might want to select 3200 as your Kelvin temperature if your color is looking off at all. But those are the two main temperatures you want to know about, 5600 Kelvin and 3200 Kelvin. Or if you don't want to mess with that, you can change it back to auto white balance. Now our next setting has to do with exposure. So if you swipe in from the right side of the screen, you'll see your exposure option right here. And typically auto exposure actually works really well in the Pocket 3. So you can leave it on auto exposure if you prefer, but you can also change it to manual exposure if you know how to set your shutter speed and your ISO to get the exact exposure that you're looking for. So that's how you adjust exposure. Another thing that you can do with auto exposure is actually select your exposure compensation value. So the camera's still gonna select the auto exposure and calculate all your settings appropriately. But sometimes it can be a little bit too bright or a little bit too dark depending on what setting you're in. So you can go over here to the left side of the screen and change your EV, which is your exposure compensation value. And you can bring that to something like maybe -0.3 exposure compensation. And that will lower the exposure just a tiny bit to preserve more of the highlights in your image. And you could also do the reverse if you want to preserve more of the shadows. So that's how you adjust exposure properly on the Pocket 3. Our next setting has to do with focus tracking, and that's FT selfie on. So if you swipe down from your home screen and then you select the top right icon, it's kind of like this person with a little box around it. That's the face tracking selfie icon. So if we click that button, it'll turn it on and highlight it yellow. And what this will do is turn on face tracking anytime the camera is in selfie mode. So you don't have to double tap the screen in order to enable face tracking. If you're in selfie mode, you're probably wanting to track yourself and do some vlogging. This is a great way to save you time to always have face tracking enabled anytime you're in selfie mode. Our next setting has to do with the speed at which the gimbal will turn to track a subject. And if you swipe down from the menu, you'll see a little person icon here, and that's your gimbal rotational speed. And so I've actually set mine to slow, and there's slow, default, and fast. And I find that slow typically is actually still really responsive and pretty fast, and that these faster settings are a little bit too fast than I prefer. But you just want to experiment with this and see what you're filming and what your needs are. But typically I found that slow is my favorite setting to set this to. Our next setting is to set the gimbal startup direction. So if you swipe down from the home screen and then you select your settings, you can select gimbal startup direction right there towards the top. And what this does is allow you to select the orientation at which the camera will open up to when you turn on the gimbal. So you can select it to open facing forward, so away from you towards a different subject, or backwards towards yourself. So if you're like a vlogger, I would set it to this setting in particular, so the gimbal opens up to face yourself every time you turn it on. Or you can select the gimbal to open up to the last setting that you had the gimbal set to, and it'll just remember that setting. This is a great setting to select to save you time depending on if you like to film objects away from you more often or if you're filming yourself. Our next setting is the sound settings of the Pocket 3, because sometimes these things can get pretty loud if you hit the record button or you scroll through some of the settings. It gets obnoxiously loud. So if you swipe down from the top, dive into the settings menu and scroll down to sounds, you can select that right there, and you can select high, medium, low, or mute. I find that low is plenty loud enough if I want my audio signals to be on, but I often turn it on mute if I'm doing some sort of tutorial video because I don't want all of those sounds happening in the background. Our next setting is to power on or off the gimbal if you rotate the screen. So we dive into our settings menu again by swiping down from the top. You can go to rotate screen to power off, and there's 3 settings you can select here. You can select now so that every time you flick the screen, it's just going to immediately turn the gimbal off. There's another option for 2-second delay. So if you rotate the screen, it'll give you a 2-second countdown timer, and then you can cancel that operation if you don't want the gimbal to turn off. And then there's another option for never. And I actually set mine to never because I often find myself just kind of flicking the screen, going from vertical to horizontal, and I don't want to have to hit cancel every time if I set it to that 2-second delay. So I just turn it on never, and then I will manually power the gimbal off when I'm ready to stop using it. You want to make sure you select your preferred option here because it can get kind of obnoxious if the gimbal keeps turning off and you don't want to turn it off. So if your gimbal is doing that, you can select this setting right here to make that adjustment. And our last setting is perfect for those of you who do product reviews or gear or tech reviews, anything like that, and that's product showcase mode. So if you swipe in from the right side of the screen and then scroll down to your focus mode, you can click that right there and then select product showcase as your focusing mode. And what this will do is allow you to focus on your foreground subject. So if I hold something up in front of the camera, it's going to focus on that foreground object rather than trying to focus on my face all of the time. Not everyone's going to utilize that product showcase mode, but a lot of people like to use it. So I just want to make sure you know where it is in case you want to use it. And an extra bonus tip right here is how you save presets for your settings. So if you swipe down from the top and then you hit the top left button right there, it's a little icon. That's how you save user presets. So you can click a little plus icon to save a user preset, and that will save whatever current settings you currently have set as a preset. And this is great for those of you who shoot different types of things. So maybe you want to have like a dedicated slow motion settings for your 4K slow motion, and it's like 4K at 60 frames per second. You're shooting in log format, like a flat picture profile. You could set that as a preset. And then you could have another preset for like your social media vertical videos that might be some different settings. And you don't always have to go in and change all of your settings. You can set presets, which is a really helpful and time-saving tool. So these are 10 settings that you should immediately look at for your DJI Pocket 3 to start making adjustments and customizing your camera a little bit more. If you want to see 50 hacks and settings and features that you might not know about your Pocket 3, you can click or tap the screen right here to check out that video that we did, and we'll see you in the next one.